Self-worth is not tied to how little of an inconvenience you can be. That chewed me up when I read it, and I know it's going to chew you up too. So let's read about expressing your needs unapologetically. Imagine that you're the best lawyer in the world. You're wearing professional clothes and exuding confidence. Your client is the real you in plain clothes, as you've made it. Imagine as if you've made a current duplicate of yourself with all your same wants, needs, and worries. You're in a big corporate room where other people sit at a table opposite you and your client. You pat your client on the shoulder and tell them to take a seat while you remain standing because you're the lawyer, right? In this moment, you know that if you don't speak up for your client, nobody else will. You are your client's only hope. You're prepared. You understand exactly what your client needs, and as the meeting begins, you speak out on your client's behalf. My client won't accept that. My client wants fair expectations. My client needs assurance this won't happen again. As you stick up for your client, you sound strong. You sound assertive. You're not participating. You're leading the conversation with confidence, fiercely advocating for your client's needs and rights. Every word you choose is deliberate, aiming to protect and promote your client's best interest and ensuring that your client is treated with dignity that they deserve. As you do, you realize the power of your voice. Now with the same power and tone, the same sense of justice, you replace my client with I. I won't accept that. I want fair expectations. I need assurance this won't happen again. One of the things, or one of the reasons I think that we struggle with this is because we struggle with feeling like if we are kind to other people, we have to be unkind to ourselves. And if we're kind to ourselves, we have to be unkind to other people. I think that's how nice works, but not kind. Like, for instance, if I'm being nice to you, I probably have to compromise being nice to myself because nice is overly accommodating, but nice is also manipulative. So imagine you say, I won't accept that. That's being kind to me by having a standard, but it's not being unkind to you because the only thing that you lose is the ability to cross that boundary. You don't lose anything else. If I say I want fair expectations, I'm being kind to myself, but I'm not saying because I want fair expectations, you can't have fair expectations. I'm just saying I want fair expectations. You don't lose anything except the ability to give me unfair expectations, right? I need assurance this won't happen again. Again, I am saying what my boundary is and what I need. But you're not losing anything except the opportunity to take advantage of me or step over a boundary. That's being kind to me, but it's not being unkind to you. Being unkind to you would be actually going out of my way to do something that is disrespectful or maybe to step over one of your boundaries. And I think we have to realize that. So he says that's advocating for yourself. To be more assertive, set your default to stating your needs. Begin sentences with I need. This simple shift in language empowers you to take ownership of your wants and communicate them clearly. This reminds me of when I talk about relationships, specifically marriages. One of the books that we read was The Queen's Code. And this word need is really important, right? So for instance, let's say you have a habit of saying to your husband, you always do this. I'm always overwhelmed. You never help me with this. You never take the trash out. I'm always the one taking care of the kids. When I say what I'm about to say, people will say that's like talking to a child, but you need to have clear communication if you want to be effective. And so we think when I say, well, I need you to take the trash out because I'm feeling overwhelmed and it makes the kitchen smell. It makes everything in here just gross. You feel like, well, why do I have to talk to him like a child? I want to challenge you. Why do we talk to children the way that we talk to them? We talk to children very plainly so that they can understand because we know that children don't understand emotions. So I wouldn't say to my child, oh, you always make me feel so overwhelmed. Because what does that mean to them? Girl, what is overwhelmed? Right? Like you're going to say to your child, mommy's feeling tired. Mommy needs you to sit down. Mommy needs you to do this. Right? So when we say need, we tend to be like, oh, well, clear in concise language is like talking to a child. We don't say that, but we that's what we think. So subconsciously you understand that talking to a child means that you have to be very clear in your speech. But then when we do it with adults, we lose it and we just want to continue to be ambiguous and speak in emotions, and it's just not effective. So he says, I need a moment. I need to speak with you. I need you to know that that affected me. I need your help. You can't speak assertively without knowing how to assert your needs. You have to be your own advocate. That means you're going to stop over apologizing. He's not talking about real apologies either. He's not like if you did something to offend somebody, don't apologize. He's talking about the fluffy ones. So no, not the real apologies. I'm talking about the fake ones, the unnecessary ones, the ones that don't mean anything, the I'm sorry's that you litter onto your requests, questions, and clarifications. Like, hey, I'm so sorry. Do you have a quick minute? No, I can't today. I'm sorry. So sorry to bother you. Sorry, I'm not sure I understand. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? Been there? Okay. The word sorry might feel safe, but it does more harm than good for your self-esteem. Save the real I'm sorry's for when it matters, like asking for forgiveness, owning up to a mistake, or sympathizing with someone else's pain. As believers, this is also really important because, again, this is not saying you don't offer forgiveness or ask for forgiveness. It's not saying that you don't ever feel remorse or that you don't ever express being sorrowful for something. It's saying you don't do it inappropriately. You don't make yourself small by saying, oh, sorry. So instead of over apologizing, use words of gratitude or nothing at all. And you've probably heard this before, but you probably don't practice it. So instead of saying sorry, I'm late, you say thank you for your patience. Take the sorry out and put some gratitude on it. Or you could say, I appreciate your patience. Sorry to bother you. I appreciate your help. Instead of saying sorry, I'm bothering you, you can say thank you, I appreciate your help. Or thank you for helping me. I appreciate you taking the time. Instead of saying sorry for all the questions, thank you for clarifying that for me. Thank you. That really helps me to understand it. Something along those lines. But you don't have to be sorry for not understanding and asking further questions, because that is why we have the ability to ask questions, so that we can clarify. So whether you realize it or not, over apologizing takes a toll on your mindset. You'll see yourself more as a nuisance or annoyance. Know this, like I said in the beginning, your self-worth isn't tied to how little an inconvenience you can be. Asserting your needs and voicing them in a way that maintains respect and credibility is never inconvenient. It's necessary. And this is coming from the section on assertive voice. And this is the next conversation by Jefferson Fisher. I highly recommend subscribing to his YouTube or following him on TikTok. He has really good things to help you through tough conversations. And a lot of times I think it ties in directly with the things that we learn about emotional intelligence in a way that's not extremely manipulative, but in a way that doesn't allow you to compromise self-respect and to be demeaning or allow people to demean you. So I will also tag him in the caption so that you can find his account easily.